Hello everyone and welcome. We are continuing our study of exponential functions, and today we're going to look at what it means to have a fraction for an exponent, like 1/2 or 1/3, or a rational number I should say for an exponent. Okay, and we'll look at that through graphs and things, and then we'll do some simplification and rewriting too, because it actually relates to radicals and stuff like that. So, what is the value of 2 to the 1/2? Justify your answer. Right? We don't really have a paradigm for this yet, right? What does it mean, 2 to the 1/2, right? So we're going to actually come back to that in a second here, all right? What we can do now, though, is let's graph the function f of x equals 2 to the x for each integer x from -2 to, from x equals -2 to x equals 5. And we'll connect the points on our graph with a smooth curve. And maybe we can use the graph to help us figure out what this 2 to the 1/2 is going to be. So how are we going to make this graph? Well, let's make a little table, just like we do for any time that we're, maybe we'll use f of x equals 2 to the x here. And we're going to go from -2 to 5. I'll just do the nice integer numbers, so -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then these x values here are all going to be the exponent of 2. So it's 2 to the -2, which is 1 over 2 to the 2, or 1/4. 2 to the -1, which is 1 over 2, or just 1/2. 2 to the 0, which is just 1. 2 to the 1, which is 2. 2 to the 2, 4. 2 to the 3, 8. 2 to the 4, 16. 2 to the 5, 32. Okay, so let's plot these points over here on the graph. So, we'll try our best here. -2, 1/4, that's going to be kind of small because that's 2, that's 1. So 1/4 is going to be very, very close down here to like the x-axis. And then -1, 1/2 should be like a little bit more, but again, it's going to be really hard to determine that. So we'll just say something like that. 0, 1, still pretty low there. 2, oh, sorry, 1, 2, so 1, 2 is right there. 2, 4, 3, 8. 4, 16, and then 5, 32. And so we can kind of connect the dots then, and we're only going to do it from -2 to 5, so I'm not going to like extend it, but you can kind of see how it would extend there. So what about 1/2? Well, if we go up to the curve, it's like something like right here, and it looks like it's pretty close to 2. We know 2 to the 1/2, though, is not 2. So again, this is not an ideal way to do this, but it's around 2. Okay. So here, again, we zoomed in a little bit now for this graph of 2 to the x from -0.5 to 1.5. So this will help us get a little bit better view of things. So you can kind of see we only go from -0.5 to 1.5 as opposed to, and we only go from, 0 to 2, as opposed to our graph up here where it was like it was zoomed out. We went from -2 to 6, and from like 0 to 36. Okay, so we're going to find two consecutive integers that are over and under estimates of the value of 2 to the 1/2. So again, here's 1/2, and we'll go there's 2 to the 1/2 right there. So two integers that are over and under estimates. Well, 2 is an overestimate, 1 is an underestimate. Right, because like right here would be like, what is the actual value of 2 to the 1/2? Okay. And so we'll say our underestimate. The integer value between it is this 1 right here. Okay. Does it appear that 2 to the 1/2 is halfway between the integers you specified in exercise 1? Well, right here, right, is where that number is going to be. Is that halfway between? Not quite. 1.5 is halfway between. Two to the 1/2 is closer to 1. Use the graph of f of x equals 2 to the x to estimate the value of 2 to the 1/2. So you can maybe say, well, we're counted by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are tenths, these little blocks. So we can say maybe like 1.4. And I'll use a squiggly equals for approximately equal to. And now I want you to estimate the value of 2 to the 1/3. Okay, so 2 to the 1/3, that's 0.333 repeating. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 would be right here, 0.33 would be here, so we're going to go up. And then over. Okay, and that looks like it's a little bit under 1.3, so maybe you could say like 1.29, like so. Okay? So that gives us an estimate about what these values are, but again, it's not clear about what it really means in the context. In the next video, we'll explore more of that.